Oh man, that was like the most epic lunch delivery I've ever seen. Did you guys see that? Everyone was walking in slow motion. There was explosions in the background. There was a mushroom cloud the size of the freaking Empire State. The music was epic, and they were delivering a freaking bento. I've never seen this before. You know what, guys? It's gonna be Boruto Naruto Next Generations episode 20 review. It's going to be Mangarees. It's going to be Shin versus Sasuke Uchiha. It's going to be Sarada awakening her Sharingan. It's going to be loads of epicness because guess what, guys? Naruto and Sasuke are about to unite, and things are gonna get pretty steamy going forward. So let's get right into the review. You know, guys, I'm starting to take note that this is the first time we've seen an actual female Uchiha mature into a shinobi. And I'm starting to realize that that's perhaps the reason why I found it a little bit surprising that the thought of meeting Sasuke was what triggered the change in Sarada's eye. In fact, that's what awakened Sarada's Sharingan. Because let's look over the history of the Uchiha from what we know. Let's take Itachi for example. The reason that made Itachi's Sharingan activated was when he was going through the... Okay, we never knew where he was going through. It was just a flashback actually from his entire, there was a series about his life. So we don't know exactly where he was. But he was on a mission with his friends from the academy. He was just tuning. So Obito showed up, killed all his friends when he was on a mission, and that's what caused the death of... And that's what caused him to awaken his Sharingan. So, death of a close friend, that's what awakened his Sharingan. The reason why Obito's Sharingan awakened was because Obito realized that his friends were going to get killed. So all over the years, the Uchiha have awakened their Sharingan, it seems, from near-death experiences of them or someone close to them. And Sarada awakened her Sharingan on the basis that she's about to meet her dad. Now, I'm not disputing the fact that meeting her father is a big deal. I'm just saying it's a new twist to things of how the Sharingan is awakened. And it wouldn't be correct to say that it's very weak because we don't know her pain of not having a father around. In fact, they spent the last two episodes highlighting that. And we have to admit that the way Sarada has grown up really had an effect on who she is. And obviously, the thought of meeting Sasuke, is something very important to her. So in this episode, Sarada awakened her Sharingan. And what else happened really? Everything was straight from the book. I do notice, however, that some things in the dialogue were a little bit different. And I'll attribute this to the fact that when you read the manga, I never read the official scanlations, so the translations might have been a little bit off. So that's what I'll attribute it to. Now, looking back at the episode, it was a good episode. It was very good indeed. It was very nicely compact. It was very dense. And the thing that I liked about this episode, I don't know if you guys noticed it, it played straight from the manga. And what I mean by that is that there isn't much of a moment wasted on foolish gestures or foolish dialogue or stuff like that. Things that won't mean anything. They were straight to the point and move on. I appreciate that very much. Although it did seem that they skipped out a certain part from the manga. Because when Naruto left the village, right, and Sarada and Chocho were running, Naruto noticed that someone was following him. And then at that time, I think he sped up. But it doesn't matter. He noticed that someone was following him and he continued running. And then it was after that that Shin Uchiha appeared. And even at one point, Naruto was saying that they're still following me all this way, huh? But that never happened in the anime. It was just that they were running after Naruto and Shin showed up, Naruto saved them. So I think that was made for more suspense. Given that, if you're watching the anime, you want a bit more suspense, given that you have time to develop things a little bit more. So I think that was made for suspense. Now the episode started with Sasuke fighting Shin. I think it was pretty cool the way Sasuke did that lightning style because Shin slashed at him with a scythe. I think it's a scythe. Yes, I'm calling it a scythe. So Shin slashed at Sasuke with a scythe. And Sasuke blocked it with his sword, his katana. And while he was holding his katana, because there's a chain attached to it. The chain was wrapped around Shin, and what Sasuke did was that he formed the seals for a lightning style jutsu while holding the katana with the hand that he was holding the katana, and that's straight up just, you know, KO Shin. Now, it wasn't much of a KO, you know, given that Shin was able to get up and move after that, but it did put some damage on Shin, and it's very interesting to note that Shin does seem like a little boy, doesn't he? When I was reading the manga, it never really appeared to me that much because, you know, it could have been character design, and I'm starting to understand now. Shin does appear to be a little boy, and there is something that also pops up. There's this little, it looks like a thumb. So there's a thumb that pops up, and it has one eye. It's also the Sharingan, and it has the same color as Shin does. The same skin color as Shin does. And I'm starting to look into it to say that maybe that's where, you know, everything's coming from, because we know what's going to happen in the future for his process of immortality and what he does. So I'm thinking that that little thing that we saw there with the one eye, and it looks like a little Shin head, for want of a better term. I think that's where everything's coming from. I think that's where they all start out and they keep growing and growing until they can be harvested. So you know what, guys, the episode was fun. I wouldn't say it was good dialogue wise, and I'll tell you why. The dialogue was very straight to the point, and that in itself is a plus. And there's something we have to take note of, and I'll do a video on this. The fillers for Naruto and for One Piece, they're very different. I intend to do an entire video on this. When I've done that video, it will be linked in the description and there will be a card up above, but I haven't done it yet. So what happens is that the fillers in Naruto and in One Piece, they're very different. The whole structure of the series is different. And I know people argue a lot about fillers and they shit a lot about fillers because, you know, filler this, filler that. But I'm going to make a video and I will have you guys choose which format you prefer. And I'm pretty sure I know the answer. So now, let's get back to action. What are we going to see happen next? Now, Sarada left everyone to go meet Sasuke because that was very important to her. She met Sasuke and the reception was a little bit cold. It was a little bit, you know, off the shoulder kind of thing. Sasuke pulled a katana at her and was like, "Are you one of them? I'm surprised you found me. How do you want to die?" Any last words? What shall I tell your mother? These are stupid catchphrases. Don't pay attention to me, guys. So essentially, guys, it's not the dream reunion that she thought of when she thought about meeting Sasuke and stuff like that. And where does this put Sarada actually? I'm thinking that in her character development is a very critical point because she spent most of her life wanting a father around, and now that she's met a father, or her father, it doesn't seem to be the thing that she expected it would be. The role that Naruto plays there is very important because Naruto was talking about Sasuke for a while, and I'm starting to realize that Naruto is much of a troll, isn't he? Because there's no way that Naruto was that good in back in the Ninja Academy. It was alright. No, it was not. It was at the bottom of the class. So it's pretty funny the way he talked about Sasuke, but the sentiments were there because at the end, even though he said that Sasuke wasn't very social and stuff like that, and that was very unlike him, he was saying that, you know what, that's what makes him my rival even to this day. And the resolve that he said it with, the resolve that he said that with was very interesting. I liked it. And it speaks volumes to the type of relationship that they have as brothers. Yes, I'm categorizing them as brothers these days. I mean, it's without a shadow of a doubt. So you know what, guys, it's been episode 20 review of Boruto Naruto Next Generation. It's been manga reads. There are other stuff that I want to look at going forward, but I'll take my time at it because we're at a very important time in the series. I'm enjoying what's happening here. I've been waiting for this for a while now. So you know what, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it.